Here's the thing. OSU is going to probably run goats. They're going to go.
No.
But again, here's the thing. If we look at this, when they come to listing, it's 2-2-2. You know what I mean? There's not like Respawn doesn't really flex, and Mighty Peon doesn't really flex. We've seen OSU do comp, but it's not necessarily a thing that they're suited for. In all honesty, when it comes to Filthy Casuals, Ozymandias has our flexibility, 2 tank, 2 healer, and 1 DPS.
Wait, is it Filthy Casuals or Turmoil?
That's Filthy Casuals.
Turmoil's facing Ashland.
Oh, okay. I think we may have confused ourselves a few times.
No, you confused yourself. I knew the whole time.
You're not going to help me with this?
What? No,
okay.
legitimately.
Okay.
I've been calling it this way.
All right.
Did you? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you understood too. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
You should.
I know.
You should. I should be like 3 sets of wheels back by now.
I will say, again, I want to see what Filthy Casual runs. I've been watching them play a little bit when they're out on the field after we're not, and they seem the thing.
So I actually have some insights on Filthy Casuals because I know a couple of their members.
Sure.
I know they have some born tacticians.
Well, and
they love to talk strat.
And again, listening to them out on the field, you can hear them calling out their shots. They are a very vocal team, which is extremely important going into this.
Yeah, we're going. We're entering the game.
Why is it the second anything important starts, it sounds like you're getting stabbed in the heart?
I am the color.
Is that color? Is screaming color? Chat, forget the thing I asked of you. Is screaming color? I don't know.
We're shoutcasting. What do you want?
It's literally in the title. Coming in with King's Row.
As I spill water all down my face.
Wait, is this correct? Is OSU attacking?
Oh.
No, it's not. Okay.
See, it's done this a few times before.
Yeah, it's flipped on us before. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Okie dokie.
We got it fixed.
Neat.
Cool.
Yes, the Freyerson more shouting.
Good. Please don't encourage him.
You really shouldn't.
All right. Filthy Casuals setting up in the spawn, running the Moira, Reaper, Zarya, Rhine, Diva, and Lucio. That triple tank, double DPS with the Ozymandias rocking the Reaper. I'll be interested to see how that works against. Oh, what's this? OSU running goats. OSU once again running a variant on goats with Poi 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 rocking Zenyatta. I'll be interested to see. Again, Ozymandias, I have a funny feeling this is they knew what OSU was doing and they went the counter goat. They went, look, we're gonna have a little bit of heals, we're gonna keep the 3 tanks, but in all honesty, I think they were calling that Reaper to try and mow down that goat's comp. And as we can see, they're using that statue to their advantage. They're pushing around, a little bit of straying outside of that Reinhardt shield, but now they're starting to move in, swing.
They're moving like a swarm of bees.
They're keeping their distance. It's the important thing against goats is you got to keep your distance. The second you start to get swallowed up by that, you're going to get shot down. And I will say this, Team Filthy Casuals is doing a good job. There goes the Coalescence, trying to keep a couple of their players alive and doing a good job of mowing down a number of Ohio State's players, but unable to actually confirm any of the kills as they're still staying upright. Deli just rocking that Earth Shatter, trying to shake out some of Filthy Casual's plays, getting the double kill on the Moira and the Reaper, but pushing Filthy Casual's back. A really well-timed ult on Dilly's part, and really keeping everything pushed back, but in all honesty, that was a good interaction. That was a good opening interaction. And here's the important thing. Ohio State is coming into this thing with 5 ultimates, while Filthy Casuals is going to try and push with 2 and a Earth Shatter coming in. So we're going to see there's the Graviton Surge, countered out by that Diva Self-Destruct just to give out that space to try and fight back that overwhelming urge. Ozymandias getting dropped down, Reaper going down, and again, just getting forced back into that spawn.
But they forced them to use almost all of their ults. I think that might have been their plan.
I don't know. Here's my thing. Deli is getting that Earth Shatter over and over again. He is really talented at regaining that spawn.
Well,
using the Widowmaker to peek out and see where everything is.
Filthy Casuals has 3 ults up and ready to go, and Reaper's about to get his.
They're starting to make that push, but they seem to be splitting around the outsides of that statue. They're not all seeming to go the same way. Bear Spirit trying to dive in, get on point, getting out of Mech and Baby Diva, but not able to actually do too much damage, running away to avoid getting that kill, but the rest of the team is getting forced back to the spawn, and again, they're not able to deliver on that death. There is no punishment for OSU when they overextend. They are literally right on spawn, and there's no punishment for them.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. I don't know why Lucio jumped out like that. That seemed more just like a feed than anything. He just jumped out to die again.
In all honesty, they've got the Lucio ult, they've got Coalescence, and they've got Death Blossom, but they're just not setting it up. And there goes the Graviton Surge in an attempt to keep it alive. Kagame drops the shield for some reason. I don't quite know why. I'm not sure if the barrier died, but again, just not able to keep that alive. And again, OSU showing that you don't need 4, 5, 6 ults. You just need one good one and a little bit of teamwork to really make them work, to make them effective.
Yeah, I think OSU might have picked apart whatever the Filthy Casuals strategy was, because now it doesn't seem like Filthy Casuals really
Deli going for that surprise charge.
Yeah,
I can see it. They got the Bastion set up, though. Can Bear Spirit do anything? No, the big hammer. Dropping the big hammer down, clearing out Ozymandias. Oh, that was just textbook behind the scenes. They didn't even see him in that corner, and that's a full team kill.
Woof.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That's what we're talking about. Ashland and Ohio State, they can just put on that clinical of how to pull off relatively simple things.
And it was so clean and so well done. And if you notice, that was the only ult that got dropped there. That was the only ult. Now they're pushing out double ults to counter a little bit, but in all honesty, they don't even really need it to. They probably could have survived. But there goes the big bomb out of BM Cool, able to survive. Reaper getting burnt in it and spending that entire ult. And there goes point held by Team OSU.
Man, I was so excited about that first 2 minutes. With Filthy Casuals moving up like that. That was an impressive
It was an extremely good opening volley. They made the strong push. They got onto point. They were 50-50 with that point for a while. But then what happened is they just lost the momentum, and all it takes is one strong ult, and that's what happened. OSU had that strong ult, and all they did at that point was feed. In all honesty, once Ohio State had that point, it just became a feeding frenzy, and they just went out and generated ult off of those off of the rest of Filthy Casuals. And so it was a good push by Filthy Casuals. It was actually a much stronger play than I think we've seen in a while. But was it good enough to make the point? No. Unfortunately, it was
However, what this does get me excited for is now they're going on defense. Maybe they've got a stronger plan, and now that they know that they're facing something that, they're facing the teeth of the bear. Oh my gosh.
Well, they better have a strong plan because they are literally one tick away from losing this first mat.
Yep.
It's all it takes is a single tick. That being said, we see Respawn, we see Prosody going for that pharmacy combo. Even hit scan. Wow, this is this is intense. I just realized what's up. We've got one tank, we've got one healer, and we've got four separate DPS on Ohio State's side.
Did Farah notice the ball?
I don't know.
She was up there.
She
could
may
have seen it.
We've got a modified goats from Filthy Casuals, but 4 DPS coming in from Ohio State. I don't know. This is some ballsy plays. This is some stuff you only see out of some of those high-tier Korean teams, but they seem to be working it.
Kagekami just getting melted every time he steps out.
He can't.
And the ball goes down.
That shield can't stay up long enough before Respawn is just lobbing those bolts down at him.
Oh, just to watch these health bars on Filthy Casuals just go from.
And there's the big push, and there they are. They're on point. They couldn't hold on. Ozymandias coming in with Brigitte to try and stall it. There goes the rally, but it is not enough, and that's point, folks.
Whoa.
Man, we want to talk about, we talked about, what's the comp going to do? And I asked for weird stuff, and I'll tell you this much, we got the weird stuff. We got the 4 DPS I was looking for. I didn't think it would be coming out of OSU.
No, but, wow.
Also, I just realized Poi got their every play of the game that we've seen out of them.
That's true. That's true.
On air, at least on main stage. But just putting out so much DPS, and I will say, man, you can't ignore how much damage Zenyatta can put out while still healing. Is he the strongest support? Is he the strongest healer? No. But if you're looking for DPS filler on a support, you can't ignore Zenyatta.
Yeah, he rounds it out just like his orbs. Throwing in the dad jokes.
All right.
Throwing them in.
All right, so that's the end of map 1 for it. OSU taking that first point. Now moving on to our assault map. Choices being Horizon Lunar Colony, Volskaya Industries, and Temple of Anubis. Again, I hate saying this. I'd really like to see the second part of any of these maps.
Yeah!
We have not seen anything past point 1. I'm hoping that maybe in the finals, whoever goes for, we get to see a full map, but we haven't had a single point beyond that initial capture on any of our maps, really, except for, no, not really. I don't think any of them.
We saw a bit of Kings in the back when there was that push really early on, and it was like, oh, look, a new alley. Oh, okay, well, everyone's dead, and they pulled back. Great.
Yeah, I think the closest we ever got was Rialto. I think Rialto, we saw that long push, but honestly, that was because OSU was just banning him, just letting him come in. All right,
Sweet.
So we just got the announcement. Filthy Casuals are back on attack, only this time on Volskaya Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to Mother Russia. Some point. That would have been a beautiful moment for a transition.
It would have, but
hey! That's why it wasn't a transition.
Good job, Garrett.
Yeah. I'm just a jerk who calls it out.
Something else that we were talking about a little earlier on was there were some teams that weren't really focusing their fire. OSU, we were seeing those health bars of Filthy Casuals just go from 100% to 5% in no time flat. And that's because they're focusing fire. They're they're picking a target and just nuking it instantly.
And it may not be the whole team. That's why you've got that pharmacy combo who scatters out, lets the bolts fly from a distance, lets their missiles fly, keeping everyone else at bay while the rest of the team just jumps in and pins down. But this is, again, another interesting cap point. You've got that big wall. You've got this room that separates you. You've got that choke point at the at the very opening. I'm going to be interested to see what we get. Here coming in, Ohio State back on defense, running again, double tank, double healer, double DPS. We're getting the full 2-2-2. But looking a little bit more like a dive comp, which is something we really haven't seen too much out of them before this. That being said, Filthy Casuals coming in with what now is kind of familiar, although I will say I'm seeing Bear Spirit pulling up that Symmetra, and I got to wonder if they're not going for that back round side teleport. That is a very common move on this point. I got to imagine OSU's ready for it, but look at that. There it is. They're all stacked to the left side. Bear Spirit's got that teleporter already in hand, and I guarantee...
Oh, who's going right, though? Who's going right? Oh, never mind.
No. It's just there, but there it is. And there's the shield going up.
And
there's the teleport. There's the teleport.
What's OSU doing? Are they they're not looking this way.
Nope. OSU is kind of scattered out, although Doomfist
is
starting to see it. Respawn noticing it, and there it is. They just created a death funnel for him.
Yeah.
OSU compensated, adapted really well. I will say that's one thing about this map that you've got to be ready for. Samuel and Oz taking down Ozymandias, both Ozymandias and Kage Kame, both dropping. It was a good attempt, and you could see it coming, but man, OSU was just so ready for it. They spread out wide, they kept their ears open, and they kept their eyes sharp, and they just spread around enough that they could compensate when that push happened. In all honesty, that's a strong strategy on this map.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. They're not sticking together. That Reinhardt, Kagekame is just going to get blown up if he walks out in front first.
Yeah, he's kind of poking. He's kind of getting an idea of it. Bear Spirit laying down those turrets just to give him a little bit of defense. But in all honesty, you got to wonder, at this point, is the offensive Symmetra the best choice? They switched it up with that Wrecking Ball, trying to put some pressure down. He's got a little bit more of a life total after by comparison after that armor nerf. But here they go again. Same room. They're pushing that top left. They're isolating themselves, and they're basically creating 2 points of entry for your defensive team. OSU is coming in either up top or down below, and really
Doomfist is doing a great job of keeping them in the bottom of the bottle and funneling them up.
And they push through. And what do they get? They get a D.Va sitting there waiting for them, ready to rock it. They've got Winston coming in from behind just to burn them down with that Tesla cannon. All they got really left is not much. They're all dead.
Yeah, they're all retreating. They're running away.
They pulled
and that's
back.
what they should do. Really, I wish when they had gone that left route and done the teleport, I wish they had actually sent one of their peeps on the right to draw some of that aggro away and maybe hide what they were going for.
And that is a real comp. You go in early, especially with that Wrecking Ball, you drop on point, and then while they're adapting, the rest of the team pushes. Here's the thing, they're going for more of a traditional push now. Ozymandias still in. Bear Spirit switching up to D.Va, giving us that 3-tank build. They're trying to push on point, trying to make things a little bit more difficult. Kage Kame on point now, but he's all alone. He's got no one to support him, so when Ozymandias comes in, drops up, he immediately gets taken out by the D.Va. I don't even know.
Yeah, their strategies, if there really is one, is just falling apart. I don't know if you noticed, but General Dill with that ball was just rolling around for a good 15, 20 seconds, not doing anything, staying behind that truck, even though he still had 80% of his health.
And Ohio State University, lovely shot of the sky. Ohio State University just sitting there on 5 ults. They had 6, and then they dropped Bob kind of needlessly.
Yeah.
And at this point, even with Filthy Casuals coming in with 4 ults, I don't know
Bear
what they can
Spirit
do.
coming out with May.
That's just an annoying thing.
Yeah.
They don't know that Deli's right behind Kage, just starting to Tesla him down. There's a bad charge.
Oh, no.
He had it so lined up, but he was able to dodge out of the way. There goes the D.Va Bomb into the room. Shields up, but still unable to keep themselves alive. Kage Kame swinging as hard as he can. Dropping back, Ozymandias going back into that May, trying to get the freeze on it. Freezes BM cool, but all alone in that room, unable to survive too much longer, and there it is. There's the drop.
Yeah, Filthy Casuals just keep stepping into a meat grinder. They got to figure something else out.
I don't know what it is, though. I don't know if it's dive comp. I don't know what it is that they can do, but they've got to figure something out. They've got 3 ults. Prosody dropped Valkyrie a little early in the match. That's a little odd, but in all honesty, at this point, I don't see why not.
They're all on point.
They dropped the minefield. Kage Kame trying to take care of Deli, but Deli dropping Primal Rage, unable to get killed, unable to get pinned down. Kage goes for the charge, charges Bob, but gets just manhandled.
All right, it's up to Bear Spirit. Nope.
That was the end of that conversation.
Oof.
And first point held steadily by Ohio State.
Oof. I think they spent 10 seconds on point.
Here's the truth of the matter. They didn't get a single point of capture progress.
No. So Ohio State theoretically can just take it easy on this one.
Depending on where they place, depending on where Filthy Casual places, a really well done Sombra, a really well done Wrecking Ball, this match could be called real early.
Could be.
It depends on where they put. If I'm Filthy Casual, I'm pushing that choke. I'm taking the risk that they're going to try and teleport behind.
Can they take a timeout? No?
I think they can take time in between games to
okay.
Stuff,
Okay.
I don't think there's 15
Timeout.
Yeah, a part of me feels like what Filthy Casuals really needs is to take a timeout so they can. Because that first front line in Kings Row, brilliant.
Yeah.
You did great. Do it again.
Nothing happened. Here's where we live. Okay, so
Ooh, Piggy.
Piggy's back up. I think this is I don't know. I don't know if this is the right choice as we watch Respawn just rock out.
This is weird. This is a weird Filthy Casuals setup.
It's also a weird. We've never seen Samuel play Tracer. I don't believe we've never seen BM Cool playing Sombra. This
is weird through and through.
This feels a little cruel. And honestly, again, we're rocking the single tank, and the single tank is Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
From OSU.
Are they?
No!
They're just going for.
They're going Attack Torb. Attack Torbjorn. Oh dear God, this is just cruel. Pharmacy up top taking out Bear Spirit in that that.
And look at that
form.
ball just
There he
run
goes.
through the
Yep,
front
that's all
line.
he needs
And
to
now
do.
they're going to focus him down and get shot in the back for
But
it.
all they've done is they've pulled them off point.
they've
And
given
that's the
Torb
whole
enough time
point.
to set up.
And that's the whole point. You pull them off point with Wrecking Ball. You pull them off that choke. You drop in behind. Everyone peels. And again, we saw this before. Peeling will kill teams, and there it is.
And
That's
GG.
point. GG.
Yeah, they weren't even able to take out Wrecking Ball.
And again, you can't ignore the power of that strategy. You drop Wrecking Ball on the point, and everyone peels.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is that we're overextending. And look who got play of the game. Deli with that Wrecking Ball.
It's adorable.
Here it comes. There's the smash,
Wow.
and just not even an ult. Not even an ult, folks. Just a smash and grab. That's all it was. And he cleans Ouse.
Ouse.
I
Like,
said
like
it.
mouse.
Like house, but my throat hurts.
Oh, okay.
But
I
just
understand.
Another,
I do.
I know, another great showing from Team OSU.
I mean, there were no mistakes by OSU. I mean, flawless.
The spread wide on that first point when they were defending perfectly countered anywhere they wanted to go. You want to go over the arch? Cool. We've got a diva up front who can shoot you down.
Yep.
You want to go through the arch? Great. Here's a Reinhardt that we can drop right in front of you. You want to go around the back side?
Cool,
Great.
there's a
Here's
fist
a
right
kill
there to
tunnel.
just-
Here's a kill tunnel.
Ugh.
They just, they didn't have an option. Here's the thing. We've seen in a couple of matches Control being the place where all teams are created equal.
Yeah.
Control has definitely during this tournament been the option where it hasn't necessarily always been clean wipes. There have always been points where one team pushes too far and they're able to keep everything together, but sometimes those teams push too far and they get blown apart. I gotta
So
wonder.
you're giving them a good chance on this one, then.
No, I'm not giving them a good chance. I'm giving them as much as a chance as they got. If they're going to do it, now's the time. I mean,
Yeah.
both literally because this is the last game of the match if they lose, but also Control is a match that favors a lot of opportunity. There's a lot more. You're once you get on point, just the fastest team sometimes is the team that holds that point longest.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with oh goodness, we have been doing this a while. I'm just blanking on stuff. We saw that with Ashland when we went to the Control. They struggled mightily for a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, and that was against Pizza, a team that, I mean, in all
Actually,
right.
shoot, OSU. This was the Treehouse.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Well, it depends. We got to see who they're going into. But yeah, if this is the Treehouse and this is when they slipped up, control points are weird. Control points are really weird. Actually, no, you're wrong.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, the Treehouse was on Horizon Zero or Horizon Lunar Colony.
You're right. I'm bad.
But I was so believing in you that I just agreed.
Why do you believe
You're
me?
so confident in your voice.
Fake
but
it to make it, man. Fake it to make it.
Going into these control points. And we're going into probably my favorite map because of the most environmental kills, like one of my favorites. Ilios, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Ilios will be the next map and possibly the last one for this tournament unless Team Filthy Casuals, or not for the tournament, but for this match, unless Filthy Casuals can pull it out.
Let's give some shout-outs. What's up, Scribs AF? Chubra81. Oh.
Yes, it was a massacre. I believe that one got dropped during that Kings Row game that was just so
Yeah,
hard
I
to
think
watch.
you're right. What's up, Asterisk? I can read. Although, you spelled it wrong, Asterisk. That's right, your name is spelled wrong.
Good. Call out the chatters. That's a great way to enter in fans.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Can't go through like just doing finger guns, kid. Watch me. Watch me.
All right, moving on. Let's get over to Ilios. Let's see if we can actually take a look at Ohio State.
That's not Ilios.
No, but this is the team.
That's also not Ilios.
That's also not Ilios. I do like that.
There we go.
That your name appears on one of the T-shirts. On one of those T-shirts, it just says "The Wizard" and it's all in white.
Oh, hey!
Yeah. You should sue for copyright infringement.
Oh, shoot. You're right, Scribs AF. If we call you out, I guess. Oh, yeah, you can call us out.
If you can
Oh,
learn,
it's a
if you
two-way
could-
street.
If you could learn my real name, I'm like Rumpelstiltskin. All right, going into Ilios.
Actually,
this
it's Stumpelritzkin. Thank you.
Rumpelstiltskin. This is Ilios. This is Filthy Casual's last opportunity to
That's
try
success.
and make this work. OSU putting in a lot of work. We got the Roadhog, which means we're going to get some well cheese. We're going to get some great pull cheese on this, followed by the Junkrat played by Samuel. And then once again, Pharmacy, you're coming out an awful lot. Seeing a lot of Pharmacy, first starting off when we saw Ashland pull it out late that last match, but now seeing it twice, 3 times.
I think it's just a comfy strat. I think both teams are like, they like it. It's easy.
Bear Spirit rocking that May, trying to get that Lucio boop. And actually, weird thing I just noticed, Ohio State has no Lucio, so they're knocking for the boop. And there's the first kill. Ozymandias getting shot down that well. Prosody and Respawn just
Samuel
living up
doing
there.
great with that splash damage, flanking on the right.
Respawn just staying up, getting around behind them, and then forcing them all off point and actually off the map overall. And without hit scan, there's really not a ton anyone can do about Respawn.
Oh! Goodbye.
Ozymandias now switching into Soldier to try and compensate for that Pharmacy combo. It's a good attempt, but is it enough to take down that one too?
I don't know if it is, because also the other thing that really benefits them having that Mercy up in the air like that is she can just go to whoever she needs to support.
And they're starting to push again. Ohio State not wanting to give them even an opportunity of capture, starting to push a little bit further.
Takes out the Ana, or not the Ana,
The Farah.
Farah.
Samuel dropping that rip tire, landing it, unable to make the kill, but is doing enough damage that Kage Kame does go down. There's the Coalescence pushing its point, trying to hold on, getting BM Cool, but BM Cool gets the hook and drops into the well. A good grab by BM Cool.
You know, with Ninja there, I would have loved to see him actually push up a little bit more. I know he's squishy when he's doing that Coalescence, but he wasn't doing any damage. He was just zoning people out, and it wasn't really helping them any.
This isn't a match where necessarily they have to be that passive, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, they really need to try and knock down a couple of the Ohio State players, and they're just not getting those kills as speedily as they need to. And part of that you can tell by the fact that they've got 3 ults up, and there goes Prosody dropping down, but Respawn's still up in the air, and there goes the Barrage, rocketing it down, was able to take out Bear Spirit in that Bastion form. There goes Kage Kame. They're just not keeping anyone up. Lightning Girl sitting on that ult, unable to launch it.
Is Bastion a good idea for this? I don't think it is. There's really no good place to set up right now.
There are a couple of points where you could push with the Bastion, but in all honesty, I believe that Bear Spirit pushing that Bastion, who just got shot down and so far in the back line, Kage Kame dropping, now we're losing Bear Spirit, Lightning Girl as well. They're really pushing that point, and I don't know what, there's nothing really that,
And there goes the big pig.
could have done. Ohio State just making a meal out of this fight.
Wow, I mean, wow.
No, Scribble AF, Filthy Casuals aren't the name of the two casters.
It is totally the name of one of these casters.
I mean, I was like high gold. Like, I never even hit diamond.
Whoa.
No, that's not a whoa.
It sounds fancy.
No, it means the 12-year-olds that I was playing with were on Adderall. That's the only difference. All right, going into Ilios. Into the
Don't
ruins.
do drugs, kids.
Don't do
unless your
drugs.
doctor says you should.
Yeah. I mean, those are prescribed.
Oh, wait, yes.
Yes, the prescription. Ohio State coming in, losing the Pharmacy combo. Now we're changing Respawn out from a Farah to a Ash. Interesting combo. Only running the 2 tanks again. 2 dive tanks, 2 heals, 2 DPS. Filthy Casuals really kind of...
Whoa, Deli really getting lit up there. Just getting out in the nick of time, but still putting in the damage.
Yeah, Filthy Casuals really kind of scrounging around, not quite sure what they're going for with this comp. It feels like everyone was just chose to play their main at this point, which I guess is okay if you really need to, but I'm not quite sure what the strategy was of this.
You know, I'm not even sure that they really do have a strategy anymore, which is maybe the unfortunate thing. I think they're floundering here.
I mean, they're rocking the 2-2-2. I get Hanzo to try and clear that point, but Ozymandias with Reaper has not been able to put in a ton of work. And again, I wonder if that's the right choice. I get it, the Death Blossom is really deadly here, but you're not able to get enough hits, you're not able to get enough kills to even get that ult. And here comes Ozymandias trying to push him behind to grab a Samuel, but Samuel's just dodging out of the way. Kagekame holding on to that point as much as they can. Big hug wild from General Dill, but it's not enough. The Dilly is still just jumping on point and keeping hold of it. He is still bouncing around and is able to rock down General Dill.
You know, I almost want to see the stats at the end of the game of how many lives Filthy Casuals is trading just to get one kill on Ohio State University, because it seems like they almost entirely wipe their team just to get one kill, and that's really inefficient.
Yeah, and actually, I also would like to see the stats and see, who gets, what are the cards that we get popped up? What are the victory cards that we get popped up after this game? And who gets the gold medals? Deli just sitting up top, waiting for that opportunity to drop down below and start doing damage. He doesn't see it. There it goes. He drops down. General Dill trying to wrap around, trying to get that health. Deli just keeping alive. Prosody is just keeping that heals deep on Deli. And here's the thing. Winston's on Niza. There goes the Diva Bomb. Is it going to be enough? There it is.
Ooh.
Takes out Kagekame, but the rest of the team is up. And Ninjared is pushing forward. But, is it enough? Because I don't.
And Ozymandias just gets melted as Winston jumping around. Didn't seem like he really had a plan there.
Now, I just noticed someone was on point. Someone from Filthy Casual was on point. They actually almost had a cap. And there it is again. Yep, there it is. Then Jared was on point trying to cap and had to peel off. But OSU was completely oblivious to it. They didn't even notice it until it was too late.
Yeah, I think that might have been OSU getting a little too greedy, just seeing that they had that push and keeping them pinned. And I think Jared was able to sneak around, but it just wasn't enough.
And that is it, folks. That is the last match for this round as Team Ohio State Scarlets were able to pull it out 3 rounds to 0.
Are we not doing 4?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got a 10 minute break.
I do want to see this. Respawn doing 7,000 damage, 29%. That's the one I was expecting. Poi dropping 48% kill precipitation. That is a huge amount. BM Cool, only 3 environmental kills. Not as many as I would have thought, in all honesty, but that was an extremely good round for OSU, but it definitely did show there are still some faults in their plan.
Yeah, I have to agree with Scribs AF in the chat here. A Bastion pick was kept way too long. Way too long. I don't really understand that pick.
And honestly, you're Scribs says as well, that Soldier pick was in there for the Pharah, but it didn't do its job. No. You got to switch it up. And I think that maybe was the Bastion point. Maybe the Bastion was to try and take care of the Pharah, but Bastion is the worst opposition to Pharah.
He's not mobile
can't
enough.
Move.
He can't turn fast enough.
Right. But with that, we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. And at that, I believe we're heading into the other
semifinals.
We'll be back in a second.
And you know what comes after semifinals?
Finals?
The finals.
Usually.